Were we going live right now?
It's setting it up.
It says we're live. It says we're live on YouTube.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for coming into Lightworkers Secret to Success. My name is Adam, and obviously we're here with Rebecca, Pamela, and Amanda. Our lovely Colette is not with us, and she's on to a really, really big project, and we're wishing her the best of luck with everything. I know she's going to be ultra successful, and her program is being launched now. So if you want any more information about it, we'll try to post a link down in the comment section below. You can check out what she's up to, but it's some really, really big stuff. So definitely give it a check. Today's topic is 5D investing into cryptocurrency. So a lot of you know that I've been now really big into cryptocurrency, and there's many different reasons why, on a spiritual level, on an energetic level, on a it just makes sense level to do it. And at first, when I first got into this, I honestly thought this was the hardest thing ever, learning all the different languages and tools and wallets and all of that stuff. And it really is not, especially if you are a light worker or you're into the 5D world. After you start to get past the technology and the terminology behind everything, it's really, really simple, and you can move really, really fast. Part of the reasons that I love cryptocurrency, especially someone that is ascending or is ascended into the fifth dimension, someone that is very tuned in, I meditate on a daily basis, and I get all these massive downloads about cryptocurrency and why to invest into it. But I think the number one reason to get started with cryptocurrency is because of something that I refer to as passive residual income. So really, what does that mean? Well, when you work a 9 to 5, the way that you get paid is you have to go to work and you have to do what your boss tells you to do. That's a 9 to 5 job. Now the hours are changing. It doesn't have to be 9 to 5. It could be 8 to 5, 8 to 6, whatever it is. But you have to do something in order to get paid to do it. Passive residual means you do something once and it just keeps turning over and over and over. And if you do the right thing, it starts to compound. So for those of you that followed Einstein, and one of the things that he said is compounding interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Well, he's right about that, because it is the most powerful thing. It can be the most destructive, or it can be the best thing that you can ever do in your life. The compounding interest is the part that I am the most focused in on. I have found some amazing programs that require very, very little work and turns into passive residual income, where it starts to compound on top of compounding, which then gets you out of that 9 to 5. Then it allows you to focus in on your gifts and allows you to live the life of abundance that you were supposed to be born into you, that was stolen away from you. And I could get into many different reasons and why and how it was stolen away from you. But just know, if you don't know this already, it has been. And this is our opportunity as light workers, as 5D ascension people, to really, really take back what has been stolen from us and start to live into this world. The programs going into cryptocurrency, on all the research I've done, on everything that I have found out for myself, through other people, through other sources, that I firmly believe, and there's no reason, there's nothing right now that gives me any other reason to believe this, that cryptocurrency was not man-made. There's no way that any human ever came up with something so complex, yet to make it so simple and easy to use and easy to navigate after you kind of do just a little bit of learning with it. if you want to do that. Now, if you don't want to do that, my new job is a cryptocurrency advisor, where all I do is I help people get started, and then I manage their accounts for them. They reap the rewards, and I just help them along with it. But I firmly believe that the Palladians are the ones that actually made cryptocurrency. If you look at who invented cryptocurrency, which is they don't even know if that's a person or a group of people. No one really knows on who exactly started it, but that's really where things started. It started in 2009. And I want you to look at the power, first of all, of cryptocurrency. If we look at Bitcoin and you ask this question, if you bought $500 worth of Bitcoin in 2009, do you know how much money you would actually have right now in Bitcoin if you were to convert that into US dollars? Well, the number is $750 million on $500 that you invested. There is nothing in the world that has ever grown that fast that would allow you to get.
My phone.
I'm gonna find it. It's right there.
Pamela, you're not on mute right now. So that's the power of cryptocurrency. And I got to tell you, cryptocurrency is growing so fast because it gets rid of borders, it gets rid of boundaries. It has no limits on it whatsoever on what you can earn. Now, there's things that you do have to be aware of. There are scams. You have to be able to navigate through it. There are lots of people that are in the 3D world that are starting to grasp this, and they are starting to scam people out of their money. But the good news is that I found and I know how to navigate through all of that stuff. I know what is on how to stay clear of it. I know, what to invest into, what to look into, what questions to ask to really, really get the most out of your cryptocurrency investments and to start to get those return on investments as you start to move forward. There's a couple different programs that you can invest in, and there are many popping up all the time as more and more light workers are starting to figure this out and really, really starting to get involved with it. This movement that's happening is not the end of the financial movement. It's only the beginning. And getting in now, getting in early, from what I've been told from my guides, is that the light workers will be in charge of the money moving forward. And this is one of the ways that the light workers will be in charge. And so I'm inviting you, if you're not into cryptocurrency, to get into it. If you want some ways, I'm happy to connect with you and give you some of the different ways of investing in a cryptocurrency that's really safe and effective and will not cause you to lose your hard-earned money. There are things that you can definitely do to make this happen. And because I've been actually doing them, I actually know what works and what doesn't work. And no, I'm not perfect. And yes, I've made mistakes, but I'm getting better and better every single day. And I'm learning on exactly how to do this. So I could go on and more and talk about more, but I know you guys have some questions. So fire away at your questions.
Okay, well, I know Bitcoin is one of the most popular, but I also know that because it's gone up to, close to $50,000 a coin, you don't make as much money off of it unless it goes way up. Of course, some people are saying it's going to go way, way up down the road, but are you hearing more all the time about companies like, I know PayPal takes a crypto, different companies that are taking crypto now? Is it becoming more of a viable thing to use as an exchange?
Yeah, well, not only companies, countries are now also doing it. So El Salvador is in the middle of passing a bill, and they'll have that bill passed soon. they've already gone out and purchased 200 Bitcoin ATMs that will be distributed around the country. Is it Ukraine? Ukraine is in the middle of passing a bill. There are many countries right now that are making an official currency, which will cause Bitcoin to spike. And I've heard, it's sitting around 50,000 right now, between 45 and 50,000. I've heard that Bitcoin will actually jump up to anywhere from 200,000 to 800,000 per coin within six months to a year. So just look at that growth and look at how expansive that is. And if you're able to get into it early enough and able to have some Bitcoin, on how valuable that's actually going to be. So yes, to answer your question, many companies and many countries are now adopting Bitcoin as the first step. This is not the end. This is not the end step to find the financial part. This is only the beginning of it.
So if people are just starting out, Adam, what would you tell them to do if they don't know anything about, cryptocurrency? What's the safest coin out there that you would recommend them investing in?
And there's things that it's not a straightforward answer, unfortunately. I think they need to they need to understand a couple different ways of investing. So I think one way is the buy and hold strategy first. So what that means is you buy a coin and you hold on to it and you wait for the growth of it, like Bitcoin. You bought it in 2009, you didn't do anything until 2021, and then you went and sold it. Buy, and you're holding it until it gains in value. And every coin, well, not every coin, but majority of coins will have a scarcity factor. So what that means is every 4 years they get halved. So as the example, let's say Bitcoin year one to year 4 could produce 1 million coins per year. Well, in the next 4 to 8 years, they can only produce 500,000 coins per year. And then the next 4 years after that, it's 250,000 coins per year. And it keeps dropping every 4 years. Most coins have that. And the reason that that's important to understand that is that that's what makes the value of the coin actually go up. It's the first time ever in human history ever recorded that something has been more valuable than gold. Bitcoin has officially passed that. So I think the first thing that people need to understand is the 3 different ways to invest in a cryptocurrency. One is the buy and hold strategy. The next one is, are you going to be a day trader and day trade your cryptocurrency? Which that's where a majority of people usually land because it's a little bit easier to do. And there are softwares that I recommend that you could actually use that are legitimate and professional, but also for beginners, so that you can be hands-on and learn as you're earning, or you can be hands-off and just kind of let the computer software do its thing. And you can check in with cryptocurrency advisors like myself or other people that will actually manage your account for you. And then the third way that you can make money is through something that they call mining. You can mine cryptocurrency, or you can do something that's called staking cryptocurrency, or just all slightly different, but those are definite ways that you can take advantage of investing in a cryptocurrency.
I know, Adam, sometimes when I have conversation with people, they don't understand, and it kind of scares them a little bit because of the volatile portion of it. But to me, when you look at fiat currency, that's really more volatile than the cryptocurrency is.
Yeah, well, that's a very deep subject that you're talking about. So, I mean, if you just look at as the example, and we teach this in our wealth building course, by the way, If you look at what the US dollar was actually worth in 1913 compared to now, the US dollar is only worth, I think, 4 cents or 3 cents compared to what it was used to in 1913. So if you're concerned about the difference between the US dollar and cryptocurrency and the volatility of it, then you should not be doing anything with the US dollar, and you should be 100% out of it because the government is controlling the US dollar. And for those of you that have been keeping track of what the government has been doing with the US dollar, to me, it's the biggest scam out there. And now they're starting to be called out on it. Cryptocurrency is the thing that is actually moving that needle. And like I said, this is a very deep subject that we could talk about. I'm just grazing on it. And please don't take my word for it. Go and do your own research and just look at 1913 and what the US dollar was worth compared to what it's worth now. It's not even worth anything. It's not even the word, they're not even using the word inflation anymore for the US dollar. They're using hyperinflation. They have spent so much money and printed so much extra money that they put in there because of COVID, that this thing is the bottom's about to drop out anytime, and the markets are about to crash. And the only thing that's going to survive it, in my opinion, and I am not a financial expert, I just want to say that I'm not giving you financial advice in any way whatsoever. But what I firmly believe is that the crypto markets are going to be the only thing that survive it. And the people that are in it now are going to make a lot of money. And that's why a lot of light workers are in the cryptocurrency. Even if you're getting into it just a little bit, just kind of dipping your toe in that water and just seeing how it is, just do that and get started with it, because you're going to be ahead of the curve. I think I was looking at numbers the other day on how many people are actually invested in the cryptocurrency. And it's only like 100 million people to 200 million people worldwide right now. So you have a perfect opportunity to get in. If you missed the .com boost, which I did, I heard everyone talking about it. I had no idea what it was. If you missed those things, if you missed the beginning of the internet when that got going, this is the time this is that thing that you don't want to miss. And there are scams. So just, make sure that you're talking to someone who actually knows something. And that can answer these 3 questions. Who has control of my money? That's the very first question. If the money stays in your wallet, then it's a green flag to go ahead and do it. If you have to give your cryptocurrency into someone else, that's a red flag right off the bat. I'm just going to say it, because if something happens to that company, your money's gone. That's the first thing. The second thing is ask for a business license. If they say, no, you have to give your money into this site, then you ask for a business license. If they don't have that business license, then walk away from that company immediately. Or your money's probably going to be gone, and just know that you've just wasted time and money now, which is even more aggravating than anything. And then the last thing is find out who the CEO is, find out who the person is running it. Check their background, check everything with them. If they obviously have some shady dealings in the past, then the likelihood that they are probably doing the same thing again, and your money is just going to disappear, regardless on how attractive it feels. And then the last and most important thing, I said 4 things that I look at, is what are the daily return on your investment? If anything is higher than 1% daily, walk away from it. I'll just tell you right now, it's almost impossible. And just think about this. When I invested in the stock market with a professional stock trader, the best return that I ever got was 13% for the entire year. If they're guaranteeing you more than 1% daily return on your investment, that's 365% return on your investment in a year. Just think about it. I'm saying 1%. There are many companies that are 3 to 5% daily return on your investments. If you actually think you're going to get that money, you're going to be sadly mistaken. So these are things that I look for when I actually start to look into companies. There's a few other checks that I do, but those are the main things. If you're not sure I hope that helped, and I hope it was a really simple way of just asking those questions and just kind of getting some kind of an idea of, you know, where to invest or where not to invest.
Good tips. Yeah.
Cool. Well, any other questions that you guys can think of? Yes, so I really encourage you as light workers. Many of you know how to muscle test. Muscle test everything that I'm saying and make sure it's in alignment with you. Again, I'm not giving you any financial advice whatsoever. I'm telling you what I'm doing. If you want to come and check out what I'm doing, then come and check out what I'm doing. I know that where I'm going, and I know that this is gathering lots of steam behind it. And yes, it's a slow journey. I'm not telling you you're going to be rich overnight, because that's just not going to happen. But we're going to be slow, we're going to be steady. And when we start to pick up speed, it's really going to get going. And the people that are here now that are on it, and I know all of you know the projects that I'm working on. I have 4 major projects that I think 5 actually now. If one of them actually go, it's going to be multi-millions in crypto, if not, 100 million, if not billions in cryptocurrency in a very short time. And when I say short time, I'm saying 3 to 5 years. I'm not saying 1 year. That's what it's just not realistic, but compounding interest is the key for this thing. And there are many, many awesome projects that I have going on that I'm excited about and that I'm promoting, or you could win a Tesla through me by just putting some cryptocurrency into a pool. Yeah. So anyways, I'm excited about all of the things I'm doing. I appreciate it. And if you have questions and you're not sure, I always give free consultations to make sure this is right for you, and to make sure that you know what you're getting into, because cryptocurrency right now is the Wild West. There's no rules, there's no regulations, good and bad points with it. Governments are starting to stick their nose a little bit into it right now, but it's only United States. The rest of the world do not have governments involved. And I really believe that the governments won't be able to get involved, because I don't think there's going to be any governments very soon because of all the corruptness that governments bring. But that's my opinion. So I hope this helped. I hope this really worked for you. If you do have questions, make sure you reach out. There's many YouTubers that you could follow if you want to learn yourself exactly how to do it and get involved with it. I know when I first got involved with it, I was so frustrated and I almost gave it up a few times, saying, I can't get this. I don't, it just doesn't make sense to me. But I just stuck with it. And all of a sudden it was like, boom, that makes so much sense. I see why they're doing that. I see why they're doing that. And just the vibration alone on cryptocurrency, there's no boundaries, no borders. You can't really hoard anything like they are doing with the financial systems, with the 13 families on how they're doing things. There's no hyperinflation because the people they control the markets. It's not the government dictating on how much something is worth. It's the people that are actually doing it through the buying and selling and trading of it. So that's the parts that I love about cryptocurrency, and that that's why it resonates so deeply with me. And that's why I know it's a 5D transitional part. There's more, there's probably, I think, 6 or 7 more steps into the financial progression that is going to catch us up with the rest of the universe on how they actually control their finances and how they actually value things. And it's not done through the way that we're doing it. It's completely backwards, but this is just a bridge to it to get us moving.
Sounds very fascinating. And I know once things start moving into the future, I think that you are going to be creating your own currency. So I'm really excited to see that come to fruition.
Yeah, one of the things that, I mean, I'll say this on YouTube Live, but one of the things that came to me in through my guides through meditation the one day was to create a credit card system, but not call it a credit card, call it a compounding credit card that works in reverse on the way that things are working now. So you put your money in and it starts compounding, and then you can actually see what you have in your balance, and you can say, oh, hey, I need a new car. I'm going to wait 3 months. I'm going to have more than enough money in my account that I can get that car. It's going to bring my account down, but then I'll start building it back up again, and it's going to start compounding. You're going to get to a point where you've got more than enough of everything that you need, and things start to build and build and build. And think about if the entire world was doing that. We would no longer have hyperinflation. People would be, paying things off. And, I'm looking at starting something called Global Strong Banking. We're already doing Global Strong Investing. So I'm getting closer to launching that. And if this is the beginning of it, then I'm happy to be at the beginning of it. But, there's so many better ways to be doing things than the way that these people, and I could name the names of the families that have set this financial matrix up, and that's really what it is. And if you want to learn what the financial matrix is, I'd highly recommend buying the book. What's it called? Expose the Financial Matrix by Orrin Woodward. I've got to tell you, it's one of the best books to outline everything. I've read it once. I've got to read it probably about another 20 times to really grasp everything that's in there. But it is just absolutely amazing. I think you can get it on Amazon now. I know it was only through the Life app for the Life app members. If you're not a part of Life app, by the way, you're totally missing out on what Chris and Orrin are talking about and all the financial stuff that they do. And that's actually where I learned majority of my cryptocurrency stuff. They got me started on the basics, and I just took the ball and started running with it even more and learning about it even more. But yeah, it's exciting. It's really, really good. And anything that you hear in the mainstream media, totally discount it. And whatever they're saying, it's pretty much the opposite of what is actually going on in the crypto world. I'll just say that. That's what I'm finding. I mean, sometimes they might be right, but the mainstream. Cool. Well, you guys are awesome. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching the YouTube video. If you liked this, or you got some valuable information, or you need some more information, please reach out, comment, like, share this. If you want to learn what I'm into, there's some special promotions to take advantage of before September 10th, 2021, that can get you going for very, very little money. And I'll show you exactly what I'm doing, how easy it is to actually get into it, and how to learn it too. So I'm happy to do that. But reach out sooner than later if you want to get going, especially if you're brand new. I would say about 90% of the people that I actually deal with are brand new into cryptocurrency. So it doesn't matter if you have $50 or $500,000 or $5 million. I manage everything from those accounts, and I want to just see every single light worker have that passive residual income to really allow their gifts to shine, and really, really take the vibration from where it is right now into that next level. Because this is a thing that's been holding a lot of us back, because we're worried about how am I going to pay the bills, or how am I going to, get food on the table, or, how am I going to pay rent? And then you get caught up in your jobs, and then before you know it, you're forgetting about your gifts. And I mean, we all get caught in that web, and this will be the thing that causes us not to get caught in that web. Think how amazing if you had money growing in your bank account while you're sleeping, or while you're on a retreat in Costa Rica, or whether you're in some amazing place doing some awesome yoga retreat. and the money that, you wouldn't be earning through your 9 to 5 because it's an hourly job is growing in your bank account because you've set something up and it's just growing and compounding. Think how amazing that would be. I know that's my vision, and I really want the world, anyone that wants to be on that ride, to get on that ride. And whether I show you and you take it and run with it, it doesn't matter to me. If you want me to manage your account and just give you updates, and you control the money all the time, by the way, I don't control your money. I mean, it stays in your hands, and we log in with your passwords, and I go and do all the checks, and we see how everything is actually going in your accounts. So, I mean, that's really my vision, and my goal is really to help the light workers transition into that. And I don't know how many light workers I've actually helped, probably about 50 to 100 already, I would say, at least get into it. So please, I hope you like this, share it, whatever you have to do, but just, get started. That's the only thing. I think I said this earlier is on our call, as we were talking before, when's the best time to plant a tree? 10 years ago. When's the next best time? Today. So get started today in cryptocurrency. And there's many more reasons that I could go into, a lot deeper conversations if you need to. But the things I said on here are very, very basic stuff that you need to know when you're getting started in cryptocurrency. Cool.
Thank
Well,
you,
thanks.
Adam.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. We'll talk to you all later.